What's going on, guys? I've been investing in real estate for over a decade. I own over $50 million worth of real estate, and today I'm going to share with you the biggest mistakes I've made and things I wish I knew that would have helped me grow that portfolio so much faster, especially early on. So with that being said, let's jump into it. The only thing I ask is actually execute on these things, because I promise you they're going to help you blow up your portfolio so much faster. And if you could, like, subscribe, hit the little bell so you can catch my future videos. Now that we've covered that, let's dive into what I did incorrectly and what I know the majority of all new and experienced real estate investors are doing wrong, that if they would make just a couple tweaks, their portfolio would explode. Number one is getting around the right people. I know that you hear it everywhere, but I am telling you, if you're around the wrong group of people that are not investing in real estate, that don't know what they're doing, that don't know how to scale, how to analyze, and how to take action, you will never get where you want to be. And I know that's harsh, but you cannot do it alone. I promise you. This is something I wish I knew earlier. The second I found myself in the right rooms with people that were doing more than I was, that knew more than I did, that was when my portfolio exploded. This is one of the biggest reasons that I am hosting the CDS Vegas retreat. Now, I've done the Grand Teton retreat in the past. This event is going to be out in Vegas, and it is going to be so much fun. We already have a good chunk of the event filled. We're just looking to fill the last couple spots. I personally screen everyone, and we're trying to find people who have either been successful and have money to invest, or have already consistently been investing. So if that's you and you feel like you've hit a wall, whether that's buying your first rental property or figuring out how to scale past 30 units, I found these are the two roadblocks that people run into, and these are the exact people that are perfect for the retreat. So if you don't have money to invest, this is not for you. If you're stuck for other reasons, this is also not for you. But if you're looking to scale that portfolio to get clarity on how to do it, this is the place to be. We're going to be having tons of cool experiences. We're going to be racing exotic cars, eating good food, hanging out in Vegas and St. George, Utah. We've got awesome speakers coming. We've got Ryan Pineda, Nate Harris, myself, and a bunch of others. And most importantly, we've just created this really cool environment with awesome people to where if you're struggling to find your community or those people that are doing more than you're doing, that know more and can help push you to the next level, this is the place to meet them. Last year, I met so many incredible people at my event that helped me find 3 deals that I wouldn't have found. It helped me find a new property manager out in Cleveland. It helped me change the way I was doing construction on my current projects, and gave me a couple tips and tricks on the way that I was financing my own deals. And keep in mind, I've been doing this for a decade. I own over $50 million of real estate. I've got 260 plus units of residential real estate, 170 storage units, and a bunch of commercial buildings. And these events that I'm hosting have been a massive benefit to me learning, growing, progressing, getting clarity, and connecting with people that have completely transformed the way that I'm doing business. So if you're feeling stuck and you're not consistently around people that are doing more, pushing your vision, helping you find clarity, then I would challenge you to at least look into the retreat. I put a description down below. And if you're feeling some imposter syndrome of, hey, maybe I'm not capable, or maybe I won't make the cut, or whatever that is, let those feelings go away, because we're going to hop on a call and we're going to help you decide, hey, is this something for you that will help you in your next best step? And are you someone that's going to bring clarity and help to other people at the event? Or is this maybe something that would be better for you down the road? If it is something better for you down the road, we still got to hop on a phone call and I'll help push you in a different direction that's going to help you along your journey as well. So that link is down below, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Well, that's not true. I'm going to say one more thing. There was one specific event I went to that completely changed my life. Changed the way I viewed time with my family, changed the way that I was investing, changed the way that I was making money. And that was the point where I was going like this, and then everything accelerated. The snowball started rolling at a much more radical pace so that I could scale my portfolio in a way that before I didn't think was possible. And that's because I was around the wrong people. And once I got in the right room, that's when everything changed. All right, on to number 2, and this is get clear and execute. And this ties in with being around the right people, but the biggest hang up I see with people that haven't purchased a rental property or even that own multiple rental properties is they're not clear in what they want. They don't have an actual strategy in what they're trying to acquire, how they're going to do it, pay for it, finance it, and execute on the management side once they have purchased it. What I would tell you is sitting down and getting absurdly clear in your buy box, the kind of properties you're wanting to buy, how you're going to finance those properties, what kind of returns those properties are going to need, and how that all ties together time-wise with your family, with your faith, with your business, with where your main income, your passive income, your side hustles, getting everything crystal clear so you know exactly what to say yes to, and more importantly, so that you know exactly what to say no to. The problem with a lot of high achievers is they'll say yes to everything, when what they really need to do is figure out where their highest ROI is and only say yes to that. I've seen so many absurdly talented, skilled, hardworking people saying yes to the wrong things. And so they are constantly stuck. They keep hitting roadblocks. They keep starting over. Where if they could just get clear in their next best step for the next year, 2, 3, 5, 10 years down the road, and then just consistently execute according to that plan, they would be in a completely different place than where they are. And even if you're one of those people now, if you can get clear, down the road is going to be so much different. That decision to make the right turn right now will forever impact the rest of your life. And this is another reason I would tell people, even if you're not going to come to one of my retreats, find your people. Find a place where you can go and be held accountable and get that higher vision and get that clarity. And again, it doesn't have to be here with me and the events that I throw, but you've got to find some way to get in a group of people that can lift you up, hold you accountable, and help you get clear so that you can consistently make the right next best step. Number 3, I find so many people that lean in to the current complaint or problem or excuse. Right now, a lot of people are leaning on instability in the economy. They're leaning on high interest rates. They're leaning on, we're competing against big corporations and it's hard to find good deals. There's always an excuse. And here's my answer to you. And this goes for real estate, this goes for business, this goes for life, whatever it may be. If you can say, hey, this is the excuse that everyone else is using, how can I pivot that excuse and make it the biggest reason I'm going to succeed? For example, interest rates right now. Everyone's complaining, interest rates are in a place, I just wish I would have bought 5, 10 years ago, right? The market's in a place, wish I would have bought 5, 10 years ago. How can you look at that and say, hey, because of where interest rates are right now, I have the best opportunity I have ever had because there's less competition and there are lots of rates out there on properties. There are lots of owners that own their properties outright. There are all of these different ways that if I get creative in niching down and finding deals in this department, I can have a huge advantage because everyone else has let off the gas. And here's the cool part about that. That is true. Whatever you choose to look at and pivot and find the benefit rather than the excuse, it will become a reality for you. You will become the best in that space, that niche. And then if you execute on it, you will make more money than anyone else. And these excuses are the biggest advantage you could ever find if you're willing to do what's required to execute on them. And I'm telling you this because 99.99% of the rest of the world is going to hear the excuse and say, woe is me, nothing to do. But here's the funny part. You can look back 1, 3, 5, 10, 50, 100 years, and there was always an excuse. But now, instead of looking at it as an excuse, you know what you say? Oh, I wish I was them. That's when I could have capitalized. It doesn't work that way. There's always an excuse, and it's just if you're one of the people that can pivot and use it to your advantage. All right, the next big one, and this especially goes for everybody, but especially new investors, figuring out how to use debt properly. This is one of those things where a lot of times, because we have a low risk tolerance, we're new, we're uneducated, we're uncertain, we say, I don't want to take a loan on a property. I don't want to use debt. I just want to buy properties outright. And that then leads us to wait way longer to purchase a property if we ever purchase a property at all. Now, here's the deal. Can debt be bad? Of course it can. If you're using credit cards, if you're using high interest, changing rates, all of these things that could screw you over. Of course, that's dangerous. I'm not saying to take that risk. However, a 30-year fixed loan on a piece of real estate that you buy at a discount, you cannot lose if you purchase properly. If you're finding something that cash flows, finding something you're getting under market, and then using good long-term fixed debt, that is one of the lowest risk, highest reward investments that you can make. And the cool part about using debt is it changes your returns. Now, if you buy a property with cash, you can get your cash flow, you can get appreciation on that one property. All right, and you can get some tax benefits. If you're willing to use debt, you can drastically maximize the returns in those three areas and another one. And the reason that you can do that is, one, you can buy a piece of real estate that's appreciating at 3 to 5%, but if you only have 25% in that property, that 3 to 5% turns into a 12 to 20% return because it's on the piece of real estate you own. All right, so you drastically increase the return on the money you have into it. The same concept applies for your cash flow. If you can get to the point where you're cash flowing, the percentage return on the money you have in that property is only 25% of the property rather than having to come up with all the cash. So again, if bought properly, your return is drastically higher. All right, you also have something called principal paydown, where every month you have someone renting that is paying down the loan for you. And your tax benefits, because you're only putting 25% down, if you're buying the whole property, you can accelerate the depreciation and get 40% of the purchase price, if done right with cost segregation, in year one. So dollar for dollar, if you buy cash, it takes you years and years and years to depreciate what you've spent. If you're putting a 25% down, you get more than what you spent off of your taxable income year one, almost double. And so you start to look at these returns and you have 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5x'd your potential returns by using debt if you use the right kind of debt and use it properly. All right, the next one is waiting for the perfect deal. Now, a lot of times I will use this as the problem. The real problem is you don't know what the perfect deal is, and even if you found it, you wouldn't execute on it. And so what I would say is, first of all, get crystal clear in what a perfect deal is. The second thing people do is they're looking on the MLS and they're saying, oh, perfect deal doesn't exist. Guys, every piece of real estate ever has some form of negotiation. Now, that could just be, yeah, accept your offering price, let's do it. However, we are in a buyer's market right now. We are in a place where people are becoming emotional because their properties are sitting on the MLS. This is the time to thrive as a real estate investor or as any kind of a buyer in real estate, because you can get people emotional, you can negotiate, and you can get them to a price that works. So if you're seeing a property and it's like, oh, that doesn't work, that doesn't mean you shouldn't figure out what price would work, or what price with a seller finance deal or some other kind of creative finance would work. If you can go into it and say, hey, if we could do X, Y, and Z, then this is a buy, then put in the offer. And this is where people are getting so lazy as real estate investors, is they're saying, woe is me, I give up, the deal isn't there. You have to make the deal. All right, on to do the next one. The next big mistake, trying to do everything yourself. And this is a big holdup for people. They say, oh, how am I going to tell if the property has major issues that will burn me later? How am I going to manage the property? How am I going to source deals? How am I going to get the financing? Well, guess what? The thing I love about real estate, you can hire 0 employees, but you can have a team of 12+ professionals willing to do all of the work for you for free. Now, I know that sounds like a bold statement, but here's why. It's free, and they're going to go. You're going to have an inspector that's willing to do an inspection and tell you everything you want, and then you pay them. You're going to have a realtor that you don't pay them until the deal goes through. You're going to have a property management company that you don't pay them until they actually get tenants in there that are bringing in rents. All of these people you can use, abuse, ask questions, get their insight. For every person on the actual trades part, whether that's flooring, whether that's windows, whether that's siding, whether that's electrical, plumbing, whatever it may be, you call them and they're going to give you a bid for free. As a matter of fact, you can get 3, 5, 10 bids from a bunch of different trades, different operators, see where they come in, see why they're coming in there, and guess how much it costs you? 0. and then you get to pick who you want to work with. So you're only paying them when you have all the information you need. This way you can build a massive team. You can get all the answers you need. You can get all the help you need with management, processes, getting renovations done, and you only pay them when you're going to get paid on the back end, once they've given you the information that you need. So don't get overwhelmed, but treat it like a business. Use these people, use these resources, get it structured, and then you can jump on the property. What will kill you is if you try to do all of this yourself. You're trying on ChatGPT and Google, and you're trying to do the work, you're trying to do the management, you're trying to bid it on your own. Don't do that, especially if you're a new investor. After doing this for 10 plus years, still lean on all of the people in my team to make those decisions because they're the one that knows their craft. And I've gotten really good at asking them and using them and abusing them. But guess what? It's not abuse to them because then we all win, because when the check gets writ to buy the property or when rents come in or whatever it may be, everybody gets paid. The next big mistake, playing too small for too long. All right. For a lot of you, you're hitting the point where maybe you have a couple rental properties and you can see that they're cash flowing. When you see you have systems that work, all right, build the business and scale. And here's the other cool thing. If your process works on 4 units, I promise you it will work on 30 and 40 units. And there's a really cool niche between 5 and 40 units where if you're willing to play bigger, you're not dealing with the big corporations, but you're also not dealing with a lot of the new investors. And if you can get in that range, you can use your same systems and processes and absolutely crush it because there are more deals available and the ROI on those deals and your time and your money is substantially higher. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, Chandler, why do you still do the small deals? Well, the small deals just come to me. They come easy. The deals I love now are that 5 to 40 unit range because I'm not competing against what I would be competing with the big deals and what I would be competing with the smaller deals. I'm in this niche where I can absolutely crush it and you can do the same. Finally, the thing that I wish I would have done sooner, this is difficult. Algorithmize your life, all right? Turn everything into an algorithm. And what I view an algorithm is you punch something in and it spits something out. It's already been predetermined. You do this with how you analyze, with how you buy properties, with how you do renovations, with how you handle management. If you can make an if-then statement for everything that you will run into, so you immediately know whether it's a yes or no, and if it's a yes, how it should be handled, and you create all of those systems, then you can treat this like an actual business, and you don't spend any time tormented. You know when you find a deal that you buy, and when you buy, you know what you need to do to execute, and if you can create all of those systems, not only for your life, for your real estate, for your business, for everything that you do, you will have so much more time and you will execute more quickly and more efficiently. All right, this video is getting too long, but that's what I've got for you. And I'm telling you, a lot of these sound simple, but if you will do them, you will find yourself going from someone who is just trying to invest or has a couple rentals to owning this massive portfolio that funds your life, that gives you the freedom to do whatever you want. And I promise you that can become a reality because I started this in my 20s and now in my 30s, I'm in a place where I don't have to do it anymore. Now I do because I love it and I connect with other people because I love it and because I love progressing and getting better. And so I'm telling you, just do it. If you do these things, you will be shocked at what you can do over the next 5 to 10 years. Now, is it going to happen today? No. And that's why the last piece is once you've done everything else, just stay consistent. Do what you need to do every single day. And if you're one of those people that's like, Chandler, I want to do it, I just need that extra push, come and be a part of our event. Come to the Vegas retreat or just take some form of action, all right? Click the link below, submit your name, your number. Let's get on a call with me or my assistant, and let's figure out what your next best step needs to be. Because maybe it's not the event, but maybe it's something else. You just need to take action. And once you take that action, take action again and again and again, and do it every single day, and pretty soon you're gonna be shocked at where you end up. Thanks so much, guys. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, hit the little bell, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the future videos.